Welcome back, everybody. Today we are at a client's house of mine up at Pottsboro, Texas. This is a vacation home of theirs that we just recently finished. Today I want to talk to you about something that I love, and that's paint and decorative paint elements. I love this because we use this in our multi-million-dollar projects all the way down to your average home projects or people that don't have the biggest budget. It's the easiest way to add the biggest design impact at the lowest cost. So there are three main types I want to talk about today. The first type we call the 3/4 paint treatment. The second type is called a monochromatic scheme. And then the third type, which is my favorite, is called painting ceilings. So let's talk first about the 3/4 paint treatment. This typically you'll see in a smaller room, and that's where you have a saturated color from the base 3/4 of the way up on a wall. And then once you get 3/4 of the way up, it's all white. So why do we do this? First of all, it adds a huge decorative element in a room and gives that big impact for a smaller space. But when you have the top of the ceiling painted white, dropped down on the walls a little bit, it helps create visual height in a space. It makes a smaller space feel a lot bigger, but still have a design impact that you're going for. The second one I want to talk about is called a monochromatic paint scheme. This is something that we can use either to make a room feel a lot larger or make a room actually feel a lot smaller, which a lot of people may not understand. Why would you want to make a room feel smaller? I love doing this, and the room that we're going to show you today that we did this in is the entire point of the room was to make it feel really intimate, really moody, and really saturated. So a monochromatic paint scheme is where you have the trim, which is your baseboards, your doors, and your ceiling, all painted the same color as your walls. Everything is the same color. The key here that you want to remember is just because it's the same color doesn't mean it's the same finish. So when you have the baseboards, we typically like to do those in a satin finish. It gives it just enough sheen, but you're able to wipe it down really easily. On walls, we love to do eggshell finish. That's probably our favorite. And then ceilings, you always want to keep flat finish. So that helps with the reflection of the light. So in any room that you have a monochromatic paint scheme that's all the same color, in this room we used a really, really dark green color for that moody, dramatic effect. You walk in and it's that wow moment. Another way you can use this is when you're trying to make a room feel a lot larger. So we use this often with the color white or a really light neutral color. So we use this in a guest house as well. We call it the casita. It's a small space, but we did white baseboards, white walls, and white ceilings. So when you walk in, all of the light is reflected in the room and makes the space feel a lot more whiter and open. So one thing that we're also known for, this is my favorite, is paint on the ceiling. There's nothing fancy to it. It literally is just painting the ceiling a specific color. It's something that's really unexpected. You don't see it very often, but it's an immediate point of conversation when people walk in because it's unexpected. So in the room that we're gonna show you today, we actually painted the ceilings a really nice taupe color with just a little bit of depth. This is also a great way to show off angles in your ceilings and you don't quite know what to put on the walls. It adds that dramatic effect, again, with something that's really low cost, which is just paint. So these are my three favorite decorative paint elements that you can implement in your home at any budget.